Hello everyone, my name is Harshan Parikh and I am a buyer's agent at Invest Properties. Today I'm excited to share with you my research on the beautiful city of Toowoomba. At Invest Properties, we use a data-driven approach that involves three fundamental layers. Firstly, we analyze the multiple quantitative and qualitative data points to shortlist regions and suburbs for investment opportunities. Secondly, we conduct an on-ground reality check to ensure the data is reflective of the actual market conditions. We speak with local real estate agents and establish the connections to understand the current state of the market. And finally, we heavily focus on researching and understanding the future prospects of a region or suburb. This includes analyzing the government and private spending in the area to anticipate a future growth opportunities. Today, I'll be focusing more on the layer 1 and layer 3 for Toowoomba. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty details, let's have a look at the disclaimer. The information present in this video is for educational and entertainment purpose only. Viewers are advised to do their own research and consult with professionals before making any decisions based on the information presented in this video. I would like to acknowledge and reference the couple of sources from which I have compiled the data from. So first one is Census, ABS, Toowoomba Regional Council, Terry Ryder, who is a property economist from Hotspotting, profile.id.com.au, Pricefinder, and DSR, and lastly, inlandrail.artc.com.au. Okay, so why am I bullish on Toowoomba? Well, according to Terry Ryder, Toowoomba has a $12 billion economy with stable and uninterrupted growth for the last 15 years. It is the second most significant commercial powerhouse in the state of the Queensland. Multi-million-dollar infrastructure projects in the pipeline, and some of them I would cover up later in the slide today. Extremely low vacancy and affordable housing with a higher yield. What I meant by that is that there are many suburbs where you can purchase a house under $400K with at least about 4.4% yield or more. Toowoomba hosts multiple events throughout the year such as Carnival of Flowers, Easterfest Music Festival, and Royal Show. Mayor Antonio said that Toowoomba region's broad economy had generated about $11.74 billion in GRP in the last financial year, which equated to 3.3% of the Queensland economy. So Toowoomba being a regional location, it is a significant contribution into the Queensland economy itself. How are we tracking from the population growth point of view? And this is a part of the layer 1 approach. So as you can see over here that in the last 11 years, right, from 2010 to the 2021, the population has been growing consistently at a very, very steady pace. So in 2010, we had a shy of 155,000 people, and in 2021, we touched around 120,000 people. It is estimated that by 2036, the total population will reach up to the 205,000. So definitely population is not declining, but it's definitely growing at a very steady pace. Well, you might ask that that's great, the population is increasing, but are there enough jobs in that particular regional location? So I would like to present this chart that I compiled the local jobs versus employed residents in 2020-21. The blue bar indicates the number of jobs in that particular sector, and the maroon bar indicates the number of people who are employed in that particular sector. So as you can see, the healthcare and social services sector were the highest employed sector, roughly about 15,000, but the people who are employed in that area are definitely short than where the jobs are available. As you can see that in many of the other industries, the blue bar is equal to the maroon bar or a little bit higher or a little bit lower than the maroon bar itself. But in summary, jobs to workers ratio, which is an important statistic to look at it, is 1.03. So anything above 1, which means that there are more jobs than the number of people who are available to do the jobs. So since there are a lot of jobs in Toowoomba, are people settling down in this region? So as you can see, the 32% owns their home outright, 32% own with mortgages, and the remaining rent their homes. So roughly about 64% of the people are now settling down in the region and not looking to move out of that region at this point in time. So let's look at it. What are the infrastructure projects coming up? So the first one that I would like to talk about is the Inland Rail. That is a 1,700 kilometer freight rail line connecting Brisbane to Melbourne, regional NSW in Queensland. You can get a lot more information about this project, and I highly encourage you to visit this particular website, which is inlandrail.artc.com.au. And once you go to that particular website, you look for a project which is the border to Galway. That's where a lot of information is contained. But apart from this one, there is a new hospital and healthcare facilities are being planned, new library and community center being planned, smart parking project is also on the horizon. Also, the new shopping center is being planned as well. So you can find a lot more information at tr.queensland.gov.au, which is a regional council website. Yeah, you can find a lot more detailed information about each of those projects. But how did we look at from the past investments point of view? So just try to understand whether the government spending or the private companies, have they been spending enough money in that particular region or not? So these are the couple of projects that I've actually compiled. You can have a look at it. But in a reality, right, there is a lot of investment has been going into the Toowoomba. For example, USQ has invested about $1 million to enhance the facade and the social spaces and build a new aviation precinct to offer Airbus A320 flight simulator training. A Bachelor of Aviation course was offered for the first time in Toowoomba in 2020. So this is just one of the many projects that has been happened in the past. Now, I have actually taken one of the example of the suburb called Mount Lofty. Now, the Mount Lofty, as you can look at it, this is the information has been actually gathered from the Price Finder and the DSR together. But Mount Lofty, if you look at it from 1992 all the way up to the 2022, it already had a bit of a steady growth. Yes, there have always been ups and downs in terms of the growth as the economy and market performs differently. But overall, the Mount Lofty has done quite well. So how are we looking today if you have to invest in the Mount Lofty? So current statistics, the stock on market is around 1.17%, which means very, very low stock. The gross yield is about 3.22%, which is not great, but it's not bad either. And average growth for this suburb over since 2010 has always been around 9%. So at Invest Properties, we believe that Toowoomba comes with an immense potential for growth and investment opportunities. So if you're interested in learning more about it, we can help you to invest in Toowoomba or